Hey duelists, today I'm going to do a video inspired by one of the first GOAT format videos I had watched when I got back into Yu-Gi-Oh! That would be the Yugioh Jones videos. He's got two of them where he profiles just a ton of GOAT format decks, and that was really great and fun to watch. I can't promise I will match his swag and his jokes and all that, but I will do my best. I would also like to give a shout out to Caliafette's King of Games. He has a bunch of modern videos, but I really like the couple of GOAT format live matches that he does. And the Retro Expert always has good creative deck profiles. Always look forward to those. And then also there's Jinzo and Tonic with the deck presentations, as we like to call them here on the Paradox Brothers channel, where you're playing on Dueling Book and you get to see those decks perform in action. So we are going to get started. Clear the table, and we will start out with the very first GOAT format profile, GOAT format deck that I had put together when I got back into the format. It's been close to 3 years now, I would say. And clearly I've been having a lot of fun with it, you know, with having the channel, playing with Para. We play almost weekly, just do a couple of matches together. Here we are with the Warrior Toolbox deck. Love Warriors. Who doesn't love Warriors, honestly? GOAT format has some of the funnest, strongest Warriors, in my opinion. So, Don Zalug, 2 Mystic Swordsman level 2, 2 DD Assailant, with the DD Warrior Lady, an Exiled Force, Blade Knight, Mataza the Zapper, Tsukiyomi, 2 Gearfried, a Big Shield Gardena, Cyberjar, and then I run End of Anubis and Jinzo as the last monsters in the deck. Tributing, I'm always very cautious about in GOAT format, but Jinzo's a no-brainer. End of Anubis is a really cool, fun card that I just thought would be neat to add, so that's why he's in there. Then we've got Pot, Grace, and Delinquent Duo, 2 Noblemen of Crossout, 3 Book of Moon, 2 Rhoda, a Heavy Storm, MST, Premature Burial, Premature Chris, as Yugioh Jones would call it. I don't know if that's an inside joke or what. You've got the Snatch Steel and a Lightning Vortex. Then for the traps, you've got a Mirror Force, 1, 2, 3 Sakura, 2 Armors, Ring of Destruction, Torrential Tribute, Call of the Haunted, and 2 Blast with Chain. That is the complete deck for the Warrior Toolbox deck. A lot of these decks have been featured on the channel, but some that you'll see today have never been on the channel yet. So I'm looking forward to show you them. Next, we'll do my Monet the Thorn Chaos deck. I really love the card art. The 1800 defense is obviously good in GOAT format. So 3 of her, BLS, 2 Chaos Sorcerer, 2 Blade Knight, 2 Kaiku. Such a good pair, right? 2 and 2 of them. Blade Knight, Breaker, geez. DD Warrior Lady, Marauding Captain, Sangan, Mystic Tomato, 2 Magician of Faith, and an Old Vendetta Magician. I love mixing up Warriors and Spellcasters together. I feel like with Yu-Gi-Oh! Especially, kind of like the classic era, that those designs are so distinguishable. And then for spells, we've got Pot, Grace, Delinquent, 2 Noblemen of Crossout, 2 Rhoda, and then also a Warrior Returning Alive, which is also going to get back BLS if he's hitting the grave. You could get him back to your hand. Para loves to use that tech quite a bit. We both think this is a pretty underrated card and would love to see more of it. Snatch Steel, Heavy Storm, Mystical Space Typhoon, Premature Burial, Lightning Vortex, 2 Rush Recklessly. I also believe that this card is pretty slept on. It's a great offensive answer. running into like somebody's protecting your Donzalug with this, or just anything. I really like Rush Recklessly a lot. You know, it's a great defense if a Jinzo's on the field and, you know, you're close enough in points to be able to get over it with this if they attack at you, if you want to go with them. Mirror Force, Ring, Torrential, 2 Sakuretsus, Regeki Break, and a Dust Tornado. Next up, we're going to do the Gravekeeper deck. This is one that my wife loves to play. It's probably her favorite deck, tied with the Water deck that is also in the video. 2 Chief, 3 Spy, 2 Guard, 3 Spear Soldiers, 2 Assailant, 2 Tsukiyomi, and these are our Pot of Greed, Grace, Delinquent, and we're running 3 Necro Valley and 2 Terraforming. Royal Tribute, that's a bad day when that happens to you. I kind of wish I never told my wife about that card, but there it is. Nobleman of Crossout, Snatch Steel, 2 Brain Control, Book of Moon, Lightning Vortex, and MST. Then we've got a Mirror Force, Sakuretsu, Ring of Destruction, Torrential, 2 Compulsory, 2 Rite of Spirit, Spell Shield type 8, and a Magic Jammer. Pear and I also like to think that Magic Jammer is a fairly slept-on card as well. Everybody knows how spell cards are basically the most powerful, you know, in the format, right? So I think more spell negation in decks would really help them excel quite a bit. Next, I'll profile my Dark Paladin deck that I have been making and adjusting, and man, this deck is hard to get right. You know, not as competitive, but it's definitely super fun to play. So 3 Dark Paladin, 3 Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon. If you had seen one of our other videos, you knew that I only had 2, but now I got the 3rd like I promised. 2 Dark Magician, 2 Buster Blader, 1, 2, 3 Thunder Dragon, 1, 2, 3 Goddess of the Third Eye, 2 Skilled Dark Magician, a Breaker the Magical Warrior, and a Sinister Serpent. That would be all of the monsters for the deck. Then we've got a Dimension Fusion, Pot of Greed, Graceful Charity, 2 Emblem of Dragon Destroyer, 3 Fusion Gate, 2 Terraforming, 2 Noblemen of Crossout, 2 Upstart Goblin, Premature Burial, 2 Book of Moon, 2 Giant Trunade, and a Swords of Revealing Light to round out these spells. Then for traps, we're doing 3 Royal Decrees and 3 Solemn Judgments. That's how I have it for now. We'll see if I don't end up changing it again in the future. Next up, let's go ahead and do the Zombie deck. I do not think this is one that we profiled on the channel yet. I know a little while back, Para did have a Sousa Soldier Zombie kind of deck, I believe. The Sousa Soldier deck is very good, very fun. But this is my take on the zombies. 2 Vamp Lord, 2 Ryukoki, Jinzo, 3 Pyramid Turtles, a Giant Rat, and a Sangan, Spirit Reaper, 2 Night Assailant, Sinister, Tribe, Morphine Jar. Spells, Pot, Grace, Delinquent, 2 Noblemen of Crossout, Heavy Storm, MST, 2 Book of Life, Lightning Vortex, Card Destruction, Tribute to the Doomed, 1 Book of Moon, a Brain Control, Creature Swap, and Swords. A lot of discarding mechanic in the deck. We all know how strong forcing your opponent to discard cards is, and you know, some of the more powerful like spell and trap cards like Regeki Break, Phoenix Wing Blast, Lightning Vortex, you know, that costs us discard a card. With the Night Assailants, that's going to be a breeze, as well as, you know, being able to discard those like off the Delinquent Duo is going to be great. Ring of Destruction, Mirror Force, Torrential, Call of the Haunted, 2 Sakuretsus, and 2 Regeki Break. Probably will do in the near future a more detailed discussion with the zombie deck, since that one has not been featured individually on the channel yet. Next, I will do the classic goat control deck. This is my personal one that I've had a lot of fun playing with. I always feel myself wanting to play it more and more. Like, I've still never really played the deck enough and fully experienced it quite yet. Thousand Eyes of Strit, Dragoness, the Wicked Knight, Darkfire Dragon, Fiend Skull Dragon, Dark Balter the Terrible, Darkblade the Dragon Knight, Ryu Senshi, Last Warrior from Another Planet. One of the coolest card arts in all of Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Gaia the Dragon Champion, 3 King Dragoon, BLS, Chaos Sorcerer, Dark Ruler Hades, 3 Fusilers, aka Tractor Dragon, right? Air Knight Parshath. Then you've got Ashura Priest and Tsukiyomi, the best spirits in GOAT by far. Then you've got Kaiku, Mirage Dragon, Breaker, Sangan, Tribe, Sinister, Merchant, 2 Moth, as all the monsters in the deck. And then you've got a Pot, Grace, Delinquent, 3 Metamorphosis, 2 Noblemen of Crossout, 2 Scapegoat, Snatch Steal, Creature Swap, Premature Burial, Heavy Storm, MST, and a Book of Moon to round off the spells. Then for traps, Mirror Force, 2 Sakuretsu, a Ring, Phoenix Wing, Wind Blast, Regeki Break. Here's my scapegoats. Team Rocket's catching Pikachu. They got him. Showing enough decks, I might need something to drink. So next up is Gearfried the Swordmaster deck. Para and I fairly recently did a Swordmaster versus Archlord Zerato kind of face off, and this is the deck in that video that you can find under our playlist, live matches, if you want to check it out. 2 Gearfried the Swordmaster, Goblin Attack Force. 3 Gearfried the Iron Knight, Blade Knight, DD Warrior Lady, and Don Zalug. Mahavilo, Mataza the Zapper, Mystic Swordsman level 2, Exiled Force, Marauding Captain, Morphine Jar, Sangan. Pot of Greed, Grace, 2 Release Restraint, Rush Recklessly. Oh shoot, I'm sorry. We've got 3 Release Restraint. Then we'll do the 2 Rhoda, Heavy Storm, MST, 1 Nobleman, 1 Rush Recklessly, United We Stand, Axe of Despair, Fusion Sword, Murasami Blade, super fun to say, right? Big Bang Shot and a Mage Power, 2 Jar of Greed, Call the Haunted, Mirror Force, Ring, Torrential, Blast with Chain, and Sakuretsu. Surprised to see I don't run any smoke grenades in here. That's because I have tried to use smoke grenade so many times in a Gearfried deck, and that card hates me. I never get that card when I need it. So I just said, you know what? That's fine. I'll deal without it. So next up is my Reasoning Gate deck. This is one of my favorite earlier decks that I had made. So we've got Demok, 2 Dark Magician, and a Dark Magician Girl. Love having all 3 in the deck. Dark Ruler Hades, Jinzo, BLS, Parshath, 3 Sacred Crane. Seems like a lot, but I really enjoy the benefits of Crane. And a Skilled Dark Magician to round it out. Pretty much always seems like Skilled Dark Magician is making his way into my decks. Which, you know, who can blame him? Pretty good card. Pot, Grace, 3 Monster Gate, 3 Reasoning, 3 Scapegoat, 2 Upstart, 1 Nobleman, Heavy Storm, MST, Premature Burial, Snatch Steal, Creature Swap, Swords of Revealing Light, 4 Traps, We're pretty mean with it. We got 2 Solemn Judgment, a Mirror Force, 2 Sakuretsu, a Torrential Call, and a Magic Cylinder. I didn't want to run Ring in the deck because of the Solemn and whatnot. A Magic Cylinder is honestly a pretty nasty card. I'd love to see more of that. Plus the card art is super dope, right? And then some Clefairy Scapegoats. We're cruising through, y'all. We've got 2, 4, 6, 8 profiled, 6 to go. Next up is one of my newest decks, my Horus the Black Flame deck. I've been crazy excited about making one of these decks for a really long time, and I finally had done it. So here it is. Horus level 8, one of them. 3 level 6. We drop a Thessalos in there as well, because Thessalos is super dope. 3 UFO Turtles. 2 Horus level 4. Spirit of Flames. You can see we're doing like a mini fire engine in here, along with 2 Command Knights. Honestly, these types of cards I love so much in GOAT format, and if I can figure out a way to put them in a deck, I'm probably going to do it. So I really love having them in here. You can pull them with UFO Turtle, Breaker, Tsukiyomi, Sangan, Pot, Grace, 2 Noblemen of Crossout, 2 Noblemen of Extermination because of our trap setup that you'll see, 2 Scapegoat, 3 Book of Moon because it's arguably one of the best spells in GOAT format, Enemy Controller, Snatch Steal, Creature Swap, Brain Control. We got a Rush Recklessly in here along with the Heavy Storm, MST, Premature Burial. And I splashed a Molten Destruction in there. That puts UFO Turtle at 19. That puts Command Knight, that comes out normally at 16, if I'm correct. Buffs him up to like 21. Pretty nasty. 3 Royal Decree and a Mirror Force. And then a couple Pokemon cards, because you know I gotta have them in lieu of the Scapegoats. Next up, we're going to do an older water control deck that originally had a no-no card, Codaris, which I did not realize was not GOAT format. This is whenever I was just getting back into the format. And really good card. It's a bummer that it's not GOAT. That's all right. We've got Ocean Dragon Lord, Levia Dragon, Giga Gaga Gigago, Mobius the Frost Monarch, 2 Abyss Soldier, 3 Mother Grizzly, Tribe Infecting Virus, Sinister Serpent, Aqua Spirit, Yomi Ship, Maiden of the Aqua, Amphibious Bugroth, Unshaven Angler, which is one of the nastiest sounding cards ever, Pot of Greed, Grace, Delinquent, 3 Legendary Ocean, 1 Terraforming, 2 Brain Control, Lightning Vortex, Creature Swap, Snatch Still, Premature Burial, Book of Moon, Heavy Storm, MST, Mirror Force, Sakuretsu 2 times, Ring of Destruction, Torrential Call, Forgeki Break, and Dust Tornado. Very fast, very aggressive deck. Water Attribute has some of the best cards in GOAT format. Next up, let's do a deck I profiled recently. This is just kind of like a classic beatdown deck that's inspired by using cards just pulled from a booster pack. So we've got Black Tyrannos, Summon Skull, Dark Triceratops, Goblin Attack Force, Gaia Soul, the Combustible Collective. You know I like those weird cards. 2 Blazing Apache, Spirit of Flame, 2 UFO Turtle, Spear Dragon, Solar Flare Dragon, Charcoal Apache. My younger brother pulled one of these shiny out of a pack when we were younger, and I was super jealous of that. Really cool card art. Had to get him in here. Raging Flame Sprite and a Novel White Rabbit. Pitch Black Werewolf. Gillosaurus. Surprised you don't see more of him. Super good card. Molten Zombie. Cyberjar. You gotta have the OG Maneater Bug, right? Pot of Greed. Graceful. Snatch Still. Heavy Storm. MST. Smashing Ground. Book of Moon. Premature Burial. Nobleman of Crossout. Block Attack. Enemy Controller, Swords of Concealing Light, because we're just kind of being a troll in general in this deck. Add to Despair, Mirror Wall, Zero Gravity, Threatening Roar, Dust Tornado, Solemn Judgment, Miniaturized, Call of the Haunted, Bottomless Trap Hole, Spellbinding Circle, and Mirror Force. Three left. Let's go ahead and do the Armed Dragon deck. We've got 2 copies of level 7, 3 level 5, and a Jinzo rounds out all the tribute or, above 4-star monsters. 3 Armed Dragon level 3, a twin-headed behemoth. Love the card art, love the effect. 2 Spear Dragon, 3 Flying Kamakiri number 1, 2 Sylphid. You can see I really enjoy the attribute banish cards, Sylphid, Aqua Spirit, Spirit of Flames. I just think they're really fun. It's a unique, older kind of card that you really remember those in GOAT format. Well, I do at least. Suzuki Samurai, Breaker the Magical Warrior, Pot of Greed, Graceful Charity, 2 Brain Control, Snatch Still, Heavy Storm, MST, Stamping Destruction, Giant Trunade, Premature Burial, dropped in a Level Up and a Rising Air Current in there. I'm sure you can kind of see a trend in the way I like to put some of these decks together. And, are they optimal? Not always. Are they fun? Oh yeah, I'm always having fun playing GOAT format. Swords of Revealing Light, Mirror Force, Sakuretsu, 2 Threatening Roar, Ring of Destruction, Torrential, Call the Haunted, and Compulsory. There are 2 decks left that I have to profile. Let's go ahead and do this Warrior Spellcaster Chaos deck. I really enjoy playing this one quite a bit. It's very fun. It's aggressive. BLS, 2 Chaos Sorcerer, Democ, Dark Magician, Dark Ruler Hadez, 3 Thunder Dragon, 1 Air Knight Parshath. Look who it is. We got 3 Skilled Dark Magician again. Blade Knight, Kaiku. I swear those guys probably hang out together. Ninja Grandmaster Sasuke, Breaker, DD Warrior Lady, Magician of Faith, Sinister Serpent. Then for spell cards, there are Pot, Grace, Delinquent, Nobleman of Crossout, Snatch Steal, Brain Control, Enemy Controller, Tribute to the Doom, Lightning Vortex, Card Destruction, Premature Burial, Heavy Storm, MST, Scapegoat. Then for traps, Mirror Force, Sakuretsu, Ring, 1 Call the Haunted, 2 Phoenix Wind Blast. Then we got the real Scapegoat this time. The final profile I have to show in the video will be another new one that has not been featured in the channel before. That is my Black Skull Dragon deck. Obviously, I'm sharing a lot of ideas with my Dark Paladin strategy and just trying to see what other fusion mechanics and stuff we can work with here. 3 Black Skull Dragon, 2 Red Eyes, 3 Summon Skull, 2 King of the Swamp, which he works as fusion material, or you can discard him for poly. 1 Dark Head Sealed Fusion, another fusion material monster. Tribe Infecting Virus, 2 Abyss Soldier. We've got a Water Engine, like we already know. Some of the best cards in GOAT format, monster-wise, are water monsters. So I figure, why not do a kind of a water engine mixed in with this, kind of like I did a fire engine with Horus. 2 Mother Grizzly, a Sandgan, and a Sinister Serpent to round out the monsters. Pot and Grace. 3 Poly, and a Fusion Sage. That's an old card, right? Honestly, I didn't think I would need it till I had played the deck a handful of times and found I really don't want to discard King of the Swamp to pull Polymerization from my deck to my hand. I want to use him as the fusion material substitute for one of the materials if I can. So it's really important to have a Poly legit in your hand, or then the deck pull it out with Fusion Sage. 2 Upstart Goblin, Heavy Storm, 2 Giant Trunade, Snatch Steal, Nobleman, Brain Control, Lightning Vortex, Premature Burial, Scapegoat, 2 Book of Moon, Then for traps, Mirror Force, Ring, Call the Haunted, Torrential, Sakuretsu. Then my scapegoats for this deck are going to be some legendary Pokemon cards. I want to thank everybody for watching. It has been a really fun and exciting journey getting back into Yu-Gi-Oh! GOAT format. I had played Yu-Gi-Oh! From when it came out until about 2011. And then I stopped. It was about the time Xyz monsters were coming out, but I rode through the Synchro area. I had a Gladiator Beast deck that was so fun, so good. But after that, I took a big break. And like I said, a couple years ago, got back into GOAT format. And it's just been so fun playing. You know, already did shout outs to Jinzo Jones, Cali Effect, King of Games, Retro Expert, Jinzo and Tonic. There's a lot of other great GOAT format channels out there. So search around for those. The last person I want to thank is my good friend Para. We played back in the day and we're playing again now. And that's one of the highlights of my weeks is whenever we get together and play some GOAT format. So thanks for watching the video. Take care, everyone.